We are going to continue looking at the gorgeous women born in the 1800s and hear their story. This video is about Maude Fealy. If you would please subscribe and like and hit the bell so you know when I upload a video. Also, any donation you could give would help me a lot as I live in a nursing home. So let's begin. Maude Fealy was born on March 4, 1881, in Memphis, Tennessee, to Margaret and James Hawk. Some years later Margaret and James got a divorce and both Margaret and Maude changed their names back to Margaret's maiden name of Fealy. Maude got a chance to start her acting career at only 3 years old. She played the part of an angel in the opera, Faust and Marguerite, and she performed with her mother, who was also an actress. Maude's next job as an actress. She played Little Willie in East Lynne and Mimi in Rip Van Winkle. Maude continued to act until she was about 9 years old. At that time, she attended Higby's Academy in Memphis, Tennessee. Maude didn't attend the school for long, but later she continued her education with a private tutor as education was important to her. Next, Maude's mother decided she was going to open the Tabor Grand School of Acting in Denver after retiring from her job as a stock actress in Denver. After Maude turned 15, she was cast in the role of Juliet in Romeo and Juliet. Maude was so successful in the role that several casting directors wanted to sign contracts with her. Many casting directors were upset when they found out how young Maude was and they thought she was not mature enough to play certain roles. Fred C. Whitney was preparing for his production of Quo Vadis when Maude asked him for a role in his play. Fred told Maude that she was not mature enough for the role. Maude was able to prove to him that he was wrong by performing a scene from Romeo and Juliet in front of him. When he saw her perform, he decided to cast her in the role of Eunice in the New York production of Quo Vadis. Next, actor and playwright William Gillette wanted to cast Maude after he got word about how successful she was in Quo Vadis, but he also thought she would be too young when she came to her audition. Maude then asked her mother to buy her a frock and high-heeled boots, which she thought would convince William that she could act in an older role. And her plan worked because she got the role of Alice Faulkner in Sherlock Holmes. William starred beside her in the role of Sherlock Holmes. The play toured all over the country and even in London at the Royal Lyceum Theatre. After Maude was so successful, she took a job where she was able to play 6 different roles by signing a contract with an English actor, E. S. Willard. Maude was very good at playing different types of characters. In 1890, the Elitch Gardens amusement park. In the park, there was a theater. In 1896, Maude had her first role at the Elitch Theatre, but it was a role as a child. In 19901, Maude performed the role of Babby in The Little Season and very quickly became a star at the new theater. She would go on to play many different roles in many different plays as she was a stock actress there. Maude played in several different plays over the summer and several different productions over the rest of the years. In 1903, Maude's picture was entered in an international contest of beauties in the world. Maude won 1,000 francs for her photo. Maude refused the money as the picture winning was not based on her merit. She said she had not sent the picture in and the money really should have gone to the photographer. In 1903, Maude headed for Broadway to act in the play, Hearts Courageous. The only problem was the production only lasted for 3 weeks. In 1904, Maude returned to the Elitch Theatre for 1 summer. After the summer, Sir Henry Irving invited Maude to play the role of Rosamond in a British production of Beckett. Maude continued this practice of working the summer at the Elitch Theatre during the summer and acting in other productions during the rest of the year. On July 15, 1907, Maude Fealy married Louis Hugo Sherwin in a secret ceremony. Louis worked as a drama critic for the Denver Republic. When Maude's mother found out about the wedding, she was livid. Maude's mother thought Maude's career would come to an end and she made Maude divorce Louis. But then in 1909 Maude would wed again to an actor James Durkin. In 1911 Maude got the privilege to star in her first silent movie. She continued in silent films from 1911 to 1914 with her husband directing the movies. During the summers of 1912-1913, Maude and her husband created the Fealy Durkin Company. They would put on performances at the Casino Theater that was located at the Lakeside Amusement Park, which opened in 1908. Maude continued to appear in more silent films from 1915 through 1917. Unfortunately, Maude's marriage to James Durkin came to an end in 1917 and the couple divorced. Maude continued acting in plays from 1926 to 1928. Maude and her mother lived in Grand Rapids, Michigan, where they directed and acted in plays. They opened an acting school which would be named Fealy School of Acting. In 1920 Maude married John E. Court, Jr. His father had been a prominent theater producer. In 1923 the marriage ended in an annulment. In 1928 she wrote The Red Cap with Grant Stewart and presented it at the National Theater in Chicago that same year. In 1929 the Great Depression hit, which affected her business. People no longer had the money to go to plays. Maude was invited by filmmaker Cecil B. DeMille to coach actors at Paramount Studios in Los Angeles. Cecil became a lifelong friend to Maude when the Great Depression hit Hollywood that ended her time in Los Angeles. During the 1940s Maude returned to Denver to teach acting, but tough times continued when America entered into WW II after the attack on Pearl Harbor. Times were hard, but she continued to do what she could to bring in some money. In California, Maude was hospitalized with atherosclerosis for the last 2 years of her life. Maude died in her sleep at the age of 90 on November 9, 1971, in Woodland Hills, California. Maude was buried in a Hollywood cemetery with other popular theatrical actors.
I want to thank everyone for watching my video. If you could push the subscribe button for me and like the video. And if you would like to drop a bit in the donation button, and it will go into my fund her at the nursing home. I had to leave you with one more picture that I thought was so beautiful. She was such a stunning woman. I am going to give you a quick look at the girl that is going to be in my next video. Her name is Cleo de Maude. So click on the bell so you get notified when I post the video of Cleo. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this video.